Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for tuning into our podcast. It's about payroll. We're your hosts, Brian Escobar and Walter William Duncan III. Whether you're new to the payroll industry or a seasoned vet, this is the podcast for you.
Welcome back, folks. This is episode 3 of the second season. We're covering from junior to middle level. When you decide to make that jump in your career from junior to mid level in payroll. So, we're going to give you some tips and tricks and things to think about and basically what to expect, right? Once you find that opportunity that you're looking for to make that jump from a junior to a mid-level, and mid-level could mean a few different things. We're going to cover all this. But it made me think about opportunity because this is for folks that they want to grow. And I found this great quote out there. It was finding opportunity is a matter of believing it's there. Because, often, right, finding opportunity is a matter of believing it's there. Because sometimes we get scared. We're like, oh, I don't know if I can. Or we have that imposter syndromes, or we think we're not good enough, or whatever the case may be. And even the most confident of us all, I think, go through these little moments of insecurities and not thinking that you can do it or not seeing the opportunity.
Yeah,
And if you believe it's there, you're going to find something.
absolutely.
Keep that in mind as we talk about this. We're here today to share with you some good tricks and tips. Not maybe not tricks, but more tips and advice as to along the way. So thank you for joining us, and thank you to my awesome partner, Walter, William, Walter, Willie, Walt is what we call him. How you doing today, Walt?
I'm doing well, man. I'm excited for this episode as always and looking forward to it, man. So, how about you?
I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm always excited about this. We found this little niche that we can really dig into and help folks. So I'm looking forward to it. So we'll jump right in. One of the first things you think about when you are looking for a new opportunity is, especially in payroll, is you start looking at other job titles.
Hmm.
And in payroll, it's very tricky because there's so many different titles. There is not a standard. We've talked about this in another show, and you have to look more at the job description and
Yeah,
what your pay, what you value yourself at. It may be worth getting a compensation evaluation, an
yeah,
analysis from one of those major companies out there that do it. There's a bunch of them. And it may be like we always talk about invest in yourself. It may be worth the few $100s it takes to go get an analysis of what your comp should be at. And it's based on a lot of factors. So it may be worth it to get that help, that compensation help.
yeah,
And they're going to look at a few different titles because if you're a payroll coordinator now and you're looking to jump titles, it could be payroll specialist, senior payroll specialist, payroll
hmm,
lead, payroll tier 1, payroll tier 2. So
hmm,
again, just don't get hung up in the titles and look at the job descriptions and look at the comp.
yep,
Another one is now you're going to need those skill sets, right? You're going to
yeah,
need the necessary skills that it takes to get to the next level and you really have to evaluate yourself at that point. Do you want to get your certifications?
yep,
Certifications has pros and cons, a lot more pros than cons. The cons is that maybe you can't get sponsored financially for it. You may have to come out of pocket.
yep,
But again, invest in yourself because a lot of jobs will filter out because of certification. They'll say,
yeah,
oh, we want CPP. What you'll find, though, is depending on that role, they may come back to you and say, oh, yeah, we've loosened our restrictions or whatever. So think about what you need in the skill set. Look at those job descriptions. Do your skills match? Don't doubt. And then if you have more skills than not, and you
hmm,
match more than not, don't worry about matching that description 100% because you could always stretch to that, right? If you
yeah,
have 80% of what they need, believe me, that's enough, right? We're
yeah,
hiring managers and we can tell you 80% of what you need is great. That's a
yes,
great start.
hmm,
So think about that. Join the APA. APA is probably one of the only big names that we'll talk about because they are a huge payroll sponsor.
hmm,
They created a lot of what we do and these certifications and the road to being certified. So they definitely deserve those kudos. And you can join them even without having your certification. And this shows a level of serious. If you made that investment on your own to be a member without company sponsorship, then that shows a level of commitment as well in your craft. So if you're looking to jump from that junior to mid level, you want to show these things. Even if you haven't gotten the certification yet, it shows that, hey, I'm on the road to it. I'm
Yeah.
studying for it. I'm trying to prepare. So these are some things that you have to think about when you're looking at new titles. Do you have the skill sets? What are your
Yeah.
pros and cons? And go ahead and maybe even join SHRM if you are in an HR department, because SHRM is basically the third party that helps to sponsor that certifications on the HR side. So that's
Yeah.
something else you could join as well and show your commitment to this craft.
Yeah.
My last tip is, it is a catch 22 with wanting to be a manager and not having the manager experience. I give folks out there that are looking to make this jump, I'll give them a few things to think about. Maybe it's a standalone job that you look for, that you're not managing people, but you get the manager title, because it's easier to make that switch once you had that manager title in there to another manager. They will bring up the people before.
Yeah.
Finding a great career has always been a challenge. But today, with the massive changes underway in just about every sector of the economy, in just about every country in the world, finding a great new career is even more challenging. And if you're a student, recent graduate, or someone else early in their career, it's even harder for you because you just don't have the experience that those who might be 10, 20, 30 years older than you have. The answer? The podcast. From dorms to desks. A podcast by College Recruiter job search site, where every week we take a deep dive into a topic specifically of interest to candidates who are early in their careers and looking for a great part-time, seasonal, internship, or other entry-level job.
Keep on trying until you get a shot. You catch 22 because a lot of folks don't want to give you the shot because you've never done it, but you will. Look, if you're really good at your work, you will find an opportunity. And then maybe you take not a manager role where you're not set on the title, so to speak, but you get like a senior role or a lead, something that shows the growth. And then your next step could be into management. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So keep your options open, be creative and be open and flexible if you run into that jam, that catch 22 of companies not wanting to give you an opportunity to manage because you've never done it before. It's like getting credit. Is, yeah, my credit's not good. I don't have credit. I got to get credit to get more credit, whatever. But it's very similar to that. So again, folks, just when you're looking at titles, be open, be flexible. Look at the job description. Think about the
Yes.
comp you want, right? Cover the skill sets that you need. Think about where you are there. Do you need to get some education, some classes, some sharpening?
Yeah.
Show all of that. Join the APA. Consider the SHRM if you're in HR. And
Yep.
again, if you get caught in that catch 22, think about some other solutions as far as standalone and just taking a different senior role as
Yeah.
a road to management.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree with all those points. You made great points in there. One of the things I wanted to add to the section you said about cover the skill set necessary. I think it's important to identify your strengths and your weaknesses as a payroll professional and build upon those things and work on those. And you'll do that 80%. You may have 80% of something and still need to work on 20%, but 80% is still a good bulk of skill to have. So don't get discouraged when you're applying for a certain title in the industry and you're getting rejection after rejection. Don't let that discourage you. Someone's going to give you a shot, because it's something that we said before in previous episodes, is that you can teach skill. It's about your attitude.
Absolutely.
So
Let me ask you a question while you brought up something good. How do you measure your skill set?
I think there's a couple of things. If your organization has a performance review process,
Yeah,
and your manager is transparent about the things you need to work upon and setting goals for you.
true, true.
And I think you need to have an honest assessment with yourself, because most companies that do performance reviews have an employee self-review or
Yeah.
self-evaluation part.
Yeah.
And if you're honest about that, if you're transparent and honest, radical transparency,
Yep.
if you're doing that, then you could be honest with yourself and say, hey, yeah, I'm good at processing, I'm good at this stuff, but I'm lacking in these other areas. And you want to find out different ways to build yourself up. I think it takes being honest with yourself and listening to your manager and growing. That's what I think. What do you think?
I think you have to be open to getting outside criticism, because I think often the people that are closest to us see us a little better than we see ourselves sometimes.
Yeah.
So we got to be open for that. And yeah, I was stuck, and you're absolutely right. If you have a company that does good annual performance evaluations, you can definitely use that as a gauge. If you have a good relationship with your boss, I think there's a variable there. If that boss dynamic isn't good, then it may not be the best source of information, but hopefully you got a good situation. You can use that information to basically, right, like feel like, are you a good processor? Are you better at processing than projects, or vice versa?
Yeah.
Because that you want to you want to talk to your strengths in these skill sets, right? You want to be able to, right, looking for new jobs, you want to be able to talk to your strengths. So that's a great call out. Kind of some self-evaluation, taking what do they say, an inventory of your skill set.
Yeah.
And an honest inventory of your skill set. Use mentors, obviously somebody you consider a mentor, as guidance. Don't be afraid to ask even your spouses, because our spouses usually know us our partners usually know us very well. And hey, what do you think I'm good at? Ask them that, because if you've never asked them, believe me, they're probably going to be like, oh, sure, I'll tell you. Like that's good partner interaction. Great call out. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the perfect segue into the next couple of tips and topics that we want to discuss with you guys. I know you mentioned politics in the workplace, right? So that's the next thing. And I want you guys to know that we've been there, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Brian and I have gone through our share of experiences. You're talking about two payroll professionals who have over 40 years of experience collectively. Yep. So we've seen it all. We've seen the majority of everything. So don't get discouraged. Keep at it. Keep moving forward. So you're gonna unfortunately, in the corporate sector, you're gonna have those situations where you run into a company that has politics, that you have to play the game or get played, like they say.
Yep.
You play the game or get played.
Yep.
As they say. And so it's going to happen. For me, myself, I love to give a story. I work for an organization, I'm not going to name names, but I work for an organization where I wanted to learn. I will go to this person, and I knew this guy, this manager, for a long time. So I thought we had a good rapport and everything. But some things went around. I won't get into detail about it, but he said something that was really offensive, derogatory and offensive.
I remember, I know.
And about people of color and intelligence and stuff like that. And then every time I tried to learn something and go something, like, he would give me the stiff arm and not teach me. And it was a way to protect his job. It was self-preservation. So I had my own experiences with that. And there's this quote that I found interesting. It's by Mason Cooley. It says, office politics are bloody-minded, but weak in content.
Word. I love that.
You know what I'm saying? So that it's going to happen, but yes, it's like it's survival of the fittest.
Yep.
A lot of us has probably been in a situation where, hey, dog eat dog world, I'll get you before you get me. I worked with somebody that had that same mindset. Like, we were both managers, and she said that, hey, it's them against us, talking about our employees. And I'm like, what? No, it shouldn't be them because we're a team, we're a unit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's going to happen. Even when you're in those situations, continue to look at the positive in those things. Continue to learn from those tough times that you're in, because there's still going to be some value in those situations. Now, you may eventually want to move forward if it's not a healthy work environment. Of course, I'm not saying to stay there and be stressed out and miserable. Find something else. Find a better situation for yourself, but also learn from those situations.
There's two things that popped up. One is you're definitely going to
get ready to turn up the volume on your HR game. I'm Jay Arnold, former musician turned HR leader and host of Backstage Pass, the HR Rockstar. Each episode pulls back the curtain on key HR topics, from leadership lessons and bold career pivots to the latest in HR tech and talent strategies, featuring the rock stars within their industries. If you're ready to shake up the status quo and amplify your impact, This is your All Access Pass. You can catch the show on the Work Defined Podcast Network and wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe now and let's rock the future of work together.
Run into more politics as you grow. If you want to grow in your career, politics is inevitable.
Yes.
And that the quote that you mentioned, either play the game or get played, is absolutely true. It's happened. We've been there, right? So I've been played in the corporate world because I told myself, oh, I'm not going to do the politics. I made it to management, but I'm not going to do this politics. I'm just not going to engage in it. But that's the thing. That's where the quote is so relevant, because if you don't play, you're going to get played.
Yeah.
And now when I say play, it doesn't mean it's a malicious intent. You have to just be smart and pay attention. You pay attention to what's going on and protect yourself accordingly. I'm sure there's a ton of books that are out there to cover this subject, and I read about it in other little books. But go out, and if it's really an issue in your world right now, go read something, go get some coaching, because you have to play the game. You have to be professional. What makes it easy? A high level of integrity. The way I learned integrity was being the same person no matter who you're around.
Yes.
That is how I try to train myself to be, and it's transparency.
Yeah.
Of course, it has its exceptions, of course, because it's comfort level, and the way I am around me and Walt is different from the way I am from somebody that I'm not so close to at job or in life. So I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to be exactly who I am. Everybody knows Brian is a straight shooter.
Yeah, that vulnerability is not there. You know what I'm saying? It's like you said, protection of yourself, because you and I have that rapport. I trust you. You trust me because of the time that we put into our professional and personal relationship versus somebody that you just are an associate with at work.
Such a great call out is politics, and it could really be a wall in your career if you don't deal with it properly. And it doesn't take a lot of effort. Just educate yourself, get yourself to a comfortable place where you understand how to maneuver and keep yourself, I don't know about righteous, but protected. You know what I mean? And there's a way to do it. There's a way to do it. So you find how that goes. So yeah, man, great call out with the politics.
Absolutely, man. Like, one quick thing on what you said, there's a way to play the game and still be honorable.
Yes, that's a great, perfect.
Be honorable.
Perfect.
So next section, gather your resources. What I mean by resources, like Brian mentioned earlier, find a mentor or mentors. Find people in the industry who are ascending, who are making waves in the industry. Find people that are, and this is just going to help you grow. This is just going to help you build those relationships, and that people you can turn to when you may have an issue or something like that. Hey, what would you do in this situation? I'm doing this at my company. Now, you don't want to discuss PPI information, of course, but you like to say, hey, we have this situation that's going on here. How would you handle it? Did you ever run across this in your time? Blah, 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 blah. Gather those. They're pivotal for you, because you may be a rock star by yourself, but you can only go so far as an individual. You're going to need a team in your corner and payroll. You can go far individually, but you're still going to need a team.
And like I said, you're never going to know. There's no one payroll person out there that knows every single thing about payroll. You know what I mean? It's just one of those. It's so complex and it's individual and unique to your scenario. So yes, join. And there's listserv groups out there. There's user groups out there. There's LinkedIn groups out there.
Yes.
We have community.
Facebook.
Yeah, we have community. You know what I mean? But we're underserved. So we have to go and share this info with each other. Go plug into your community and ask those questions, because guaranteed somebody else out there has been through that and can speak to it and give you some advice and mentorship in general. Like, just having those older folks, appreciate those older folks in your family, man, that's trying to, if you're blessed to have an older person in your family that cares for you, man, don't take that for granted. You know what I mean? And if you're blessed to have professional mentors that are helping you in your career, don't take that for granted. You made me think of this other concept and idea. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Exactly. Yes.
You feel me? And I try to live by that too. Like, I just want smart people around me, smarter than me. Teach me something. Please teach me something. Gather your resources. Absolutely.
Next one. Learn from the mistakes made and the tough times.
Mhm.
We've all had those tough times, Brian.
Mhm.
Payroll.
Yep,
like,
every week.
Yes, yes. Situations where like the system goes down, the AC
Yeah.
in the building goes down, and
Ooh.
it causes the service to go down. Like
Oh.
I've been in situations like that, and where we were just sitting there waiting for stuff to get ramped back up so we can
Yes.
process payroll. Because it
Yes.
happened on a short week after a
Yeah.
holiday.
Oh.
So we had to process. So it needed to be one of those miracle payrolls. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? So like
man.
we worked until some people worked until 10, 11 o'clock, midnight
Yep.
that night
Yep.
in order to get people's payrolls processed.
Yep.
So learn from those situations. Like, hey, how can I improve? You know, this happened. So how can we improve in this process? What can we do to prepare for this better? Learn from all those things. That's is going to be, and it leads into our next topic, the change of mindset. And this is probably one of the most important parts in your payroll journey and your payroll career path is the change of mindset. When you go from junior to mid-level, your mindset should start to change. You should start to become more analytical.
Yep.
You should start to become more solution focused.
Yep.
You should shift to that trust but verify thinking.
Absolutely.
So one of the people that is influential in my life, and I know you're gonna be like, oh God, it's Brian.
Dang.
When I met Brian,
Likewise.
like
Hey, it's Bob Pulver, host Q podcast. Human-centric AI, AI-driven transformation, hiring for skills and potential, dynamic workforce ecosystems, responsible innovation. These are some of the themes my expert guests and I chat about, and we certainly geek out on the details. Nothing too technical. I hope you check it out.
he taught me that trust but verify thinking. I had to learn it from him. And I'm just like, and it was just like, hey, I could tell Brian the sky is blue outside. And he'll be like, okay, yeah, thanks, but what shade of blue?
What's
shade
the
of blue?
Pantone color?
Yeah, but it was that mindset that helped me realize, okay, I need to be a little bit more analytical with my thinking. Yeah, I'm good at processing, but you could be more analytical as a professional. You could be more solution focused as a professional. What value add do these things, do these ideas that you're having, what value add did they have to the current processes and situation that you're in? So change of mindset, I think, is probably one of the most important, if not the most important aspect of this, because you can be a hell of a processor, but if your mindset doesn't change, you're probably going to stay at a junior level. You may get an opportunity as a mid-level, but you might not go farther than that if your mindset doesn't change. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. That was amazing. You made me think of some things. So let's see. You said survival of the fittest, and that made me think of this quote one time. Survival of the fittest is not always about the strongest. It's about the folks who can pivot the quickest.
Yep. That's powerful.
Can you pivot? Forget about the strongest, man. You coming right at me with a punch. I'm about to pivot right out of the way it is. You know what I mean? Because I
Bob
can
and
pivot,
weave.
right? I can bob and weave better. That's something to keep in mind through this. Politics is not something you have to strong arm. It is just about pivoting properly. When you have those mistakes, when you lose, don't lose the lesson. Learn from the mistakes. When you lose, don't lose the lesson. A lot of our mistakes in payroll actually then prompt some type of audit, some type of proactive action to prevent from that situation.
Good. Yes,
Yeah, they should. When you have a mistake, learn from it and build the audits and the prevention from it.
And
Good
then
stuff, bro.
Thanks, man. And then I have two quotes for you, and then on the last little section for you guys.
For change of mindset, right?
For
Change of
set.
mindset. Okay.
So, first quote: problem talk creates problems.
Yeah.
Solution talk creates solutions.
Amen.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
I love that.
Again, it's what you're focused on, is where your mindset is at. If you're one of those people who are always complaining, oh, why do we have to do this? Oh my God. If we do this, it's gonna happen. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, part of being more analytical is finding problem areas. That should not be your total mindset.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you should be focused. Okay.
I love
So
that.
and then the last one is the pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty.
Woo! I love that. Who said that?
Winston Churchill.
Oh, yeah, some good writers.
Yeah.
I like that. That's dope.
And then the last thing we want to encourage you guys is it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. Keep at it and bet on you. Bet on yourself. Keep
Absolutely.
learning, keep reaching, keep striving, keep wanting to learn, keep that desire, that attitude that, hey,
Yep.
I'm going to be the best payroll processor that I can possibly be. And
Yep.
it'll take you places. It will.
Yeah.
You're gonna eventually run into those people that want you to succeed, that want you to be the best, that want to see you grow, that want to see you like before Brian, I had never heard any manager tell me, I want to train you so good you can take my job. Never before that. Always before that, it was like, hey, I keep you at arm's distance because I don't want you to take my job. Brian was the first person like that I ever met. Hey, no, I want you to succeed. I want you to be, if possible, I want you to be better than me.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
that it's only a matter of time. Keep at it.
What? Yes, sir. No, amazing, sir. I thank you for that. What you made me think of is our craft and our journey is parallel in the respect that it's a lot of little things that get us to the wins.
Yes.
It's a lot of little things, a lot of little wins that build up to get right. Think of a payroll. We got to do a lot of little things to get to that good payroll, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
life is no different. We have to do a lot of little things to be able to buy a home, to invest in our
Yes.
future. It's
Yeah.
a lot of little things. It's not always the big wins. Everybody wants the big wins.
Yep.
The journey of 1,000 miles takes one step. It's one step at a time, and it's so like it's I can't this parallel to our work. And payroll is the same thing. It's just these little things that you got to do that get you to a bigger place. And our career will be the same. Keep at it. Keep doing the little things. Keep building and investing in yourself. Take the classes. Get good at Excel. Do all those little things that sharpen
Yes.
those tools. What it's going to do for you is you're going to be able to speak very well in interviews. And when you can articulate this stuff back to folks, when you can teach somebody about payroll in 30 seconds, you have mastered your craft.
Yeah.
You understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So that
Absolutely.
that's where you, and part of this, guys, what we're doing with you is keeping us sharp, right? Because we're doing the research. We have to fact check ourselves on the episodes that we want to speak about things in payroll. So it's all relevant for us. It keeps us sharp in our jobs, in our lives. So we hope that we keep bringing you something worthy out here and you appreciate the tips.
Yep.
Like always, it's been an absolute pleasure. And I think till the next time, man, peace.
Yeah. Peace and grow.
Yes, sir. Keep growing. Keep
Growing.
growing.
All right.
Thanks,
Ryan.
y'all.
All right.
Thank you for joining us today on our podcast, It's About Payroll. We're your hosts, Brian Escobar and William Duncan. And until the next time, folks, keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep going.